Hey, thanks for coming to my channel. So I know there are a lot of videos out there about pregnancy essentials. This one is a little bit different, or at least I think it is. I don't think it's necessary to buy a whole bunch of products to have a comfortable pregnancy. There are a few things that I will mention that I've bought that have made a huge difference in my pregnancy. So if you're looking for products, I've got a little something for you. I want to tell you about the things that have really helped me be comfortable in my pregnancy. The first one is finding a good doctor. Now I know if you live in the US, your insurance has a lot to say about what doctors you can and cannot see. But the practice that I go to has a number of different doctors. I found one or two to be very rude and dismissive, and another couple to be very nice and understanding and willing to take the time to really answer my questions. Having a doctor that's really actually willing to take the time to hear you out, to understand what it is that you're looking for from them and what kind of questions you have, and not just immediately dismiss you, is so important. Because having a good doctor will make your pregnancy so much more tolerable. The second pregnancy essential that I'm going to mention is a prenatal vitamin. Other than having a good doctor, the most important thing you can do for your baby and yourself is to take your prenatal vitamin. They're not fun to take. They're huge, usually, and the smell made me sick my entire first trimester, but they are super important, and finding a way to be able to take it and remember to take it is one of the top pregnancy essentials. The next pregnancy essential is movement. Sometimes I don't want to do shit. I don't. Finding a way to keep moving, keep your exercise routine, whatever you had, can be so helpful for your physical and mental health. Maintaining some kind of movement is really important to still feel good during your pregnancy. Doing something as simple as going for walks can be really helpful for your cardiovascular health. I love my walks. It gets me time outside. It feels good. I go in the morning. It helps with getting, my sunlight in the morning and my fresh air, setting my circadian rhythms, all of that. So a morning walk is the cardio that I choose to do. My doctor mentioned doing some prenatal yoga to really help with mobility and flexibility. I would love to go to a class, but right now it's just not something that I'm able to do. I really recommend Larkin. She's got some great prenatal yoga. I've loved her videos. If you like a more power yoga, Boho Beautiful is awesome. I find it exhausting, but if that is your style of yoga, it's more of a Pilates type of yoga. I personally am a weightlifter. I love lifting heavy, which, yes, I've had to give up a little bit during my pregnancy, a lot of it, but I haven't given up lifting weights. So some things, if you like to lift weights like I do, a few things that have made a huge difference for me include getting an incline bench. If you work out in a gym, of course, you can use their incline bench, but we're creating like a home gym. So getting an incline bench was huge because at a certain point, it's too uncomfortable to bench flat. Having a way to elevate your deadlifts, whether you're just putting your weights on other plates, you have bumper plates, or what I do is we have a squat rack and I'm able to use the arms and put them all the way near the bottom and use that to elevate my deadlift. Squatting on a box or bench is really, really helpful and has allowed me to do squats. It didn't feel good doing squats without the box. To be completely honest, I felt like I was straining too much and it didn't feel safe or comfortable for me or the baby. If you are looking for a prenatal program, I would highly recommend Meg Squats. She's recently put together a prenatal workout program. She's got OBGYNs and physical therapists and other people on there who are providing information and making sure that everything that she is saying is not only safe from a training aspect, but from a medical aspect. They also provide just a wealth of knowledge. So I really think that would be an excellent help for prenatal workouts. If you weightlift, adapt whatever it is that you love to do and make that work. Now, another main topic is clothes. Like, what is actually essential when it comes to buying and putting together a maternity wardrobe? Of course, it's gonna be different for everyone, but I've really tried to keep my maternity clothes shopping down to the bare minimum. What I found to be the essentials, and I did make a video on my maternity wardrobe. I will link that in the description below. What I did buy that was maternity that I found really important was pants. Now, depending on your job or what you do during the day or what time of year you're pregnant, it'll be different for you. But I found that I needed a couple pairs of maternity shorts and a pair of good maternity leggings. I also ended up buying a pair of sweatpants. They're not maternity, but they're a little bit larger, and I'm hoping they'll kind of probably be good to come home in the hospital in and still be comfortable for after I have the baby. Maternity pants are definitely something that I would say I would look to purchase. A lot of my pre-maternity shirts are now belly shirts. And as it's getting colder, that's less and less comfortable. Having a couple of maternity tank tops has actually been pretty clutch because you can always still put your cardigans over them for work if you need to look nice. I steal my husband's hoodies to put on top if I'm hanging out at home and they're too cold, or I have a couple of my dad's larger flannels that I like to put on top. But regardless, having a couple tank tops that cover your belly, that feel comfortable, that you can then dress up or dress down, I found that they were really important to have in my wardrobe. When it comes to shoes, so far, I've been really relying on flip-flops. Again, it depends on when you're pregnant, but flip-flops were crucial in the summer because my feet tend to get really hot these days. And also pretty swollen. I'm still debating on how I'm gonna work it. I have a pair of winter boots that I think I can kind of get away with. They're actually right here. These are super old, but they're still fitting my feet somehow. So between this and a pair of flip-flops, I feel like I'm pretty well covered. Again, if you work somewhere where you need some really professional shoes, maybe buying a new pair, if your feet swell up the way mine have, would be a good investment. My shoes are getting more and more uncomfortable, but I see less and less point in buying new shoes because I'm hoping that I'll be able to fit back into some of my cuter boots once baby arrives. The last essential that I'll mention is sleep. Sleep is so crucial right now. Like, you're growing a whole human. Getting an adequate amount of sleep and rest is definitely one of the most important things that you can do. And I do have a product here that I will show you. I did not have one of these during my first 2 pregnancies, but during this last pregnancy, my husband bought me one and I found that it's really been quite a game changer. Like I said, I didn't have one for my first 2 pregnancies, so it's not a necessity. It's not actually essential, but it has been so good because you're able to sort of put it between your legs to prop your hips up since you're sleeping on your side so much. My knees and hips start hurting. It just makes sleeping on your side much more comfortable. If you're finding that you're having a lot of pain in your hips or your knees being on your side, I would definitely suggest maybe attempting to invest in some type of pregnancy pillow, sausage pillow, even if it's just having a second pillow that you can put between your knees while you're sleeping. There you have it. Those are really my pregnancy essentials. A good doctor, a prenatal vitamin, a way to incorporate whatever type of movement it is that you love into your life, a lot of sleep, and some maternity pants, maybe some tank tops. Something to make your bump just that much more comfortable. Hopefully that helps you out a bit. If you like this kind of content, please give me a like, hit subscribe so we can continue on this sort of conscious, intentional living journey together. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.